Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of the Hashtag Hustle. I'm Mule from Mule Marketing.
I'm Sharon, the French marketer.
I'm Dave from Sector 40.
And we're here to talk about all things marketing and social media related. And what we're going to talk about today is AI and the power of AI and whether it's a good or a bad thing.
What, the film by the AI film?
Is it a Steven
Spielberg film? Thank you for helping me out.
Yeah, that's right. That's all right.
Kind of terrible.
When you're going to make these jokes, you need to sort of...
I know, the brain's not working. I think it's the medication I'm on. Sorry.
Oh, let's see. So we're going to talk about AI, not the film, but what's it stand for? AI,
Artificial intelligence.
artificial intelligence,
No.
and stuff like chatbots and GPT, and do you know what? This is crazy. This is very apt because I'm currently in the middle of a proposal for a potential client. And I used ChatGPT this morning to write some of the... I wrote it before, don't get me wrong. No, this is valid. I wrote a proposal and then I wondered if, or somebody suggested to me actually, whether ChatGPT could write it better. And it just did a couple of minor tweaks, one of which I ignored, and the other one I thought was quite good.
Yeah. So it does have some uses then.
So it does have...
I know a lot of people use it for coding.
Yeah.
We can use it. It saves so much in time. Trouble with that is I don't trust it. No, so you're going to have to go through every line of code anyway to make sure it's all right. So you might as well write it out in the first place.
Do you think that applies to everything with AI?
Yeah. I still don't trust it. It is getting better though. I must admit, it's getting better and it's getting a lot more scary as well. Yeah. Some of the AI videos and like you are struggling to tell if it's real or not, which is a disturbing thing.
I think it came to our attention when we were chatting about responses to posts on LinkedIn. I think that was where when we first started talking about it in our little group chat that we've got. And so what normally happens is you put a post on LinkedIn and people comment on it as they do. But then somebody who you've never heard of before will make a comment on it and it'll basically pretty much be a précis of what you've already written, but just switched around a little bit, and that's just blatantly an AI bot.
Rocket emojis.
Yeah,
the word testament.
Testify.
Your dedication is a testament to whatever, and you just know it's blatantly AI.
And there's always the use of your first name as well. Hi, Dex.
Like you're in prison. Yeah. It's my experience of it, and I think that was pretty much the experience of everyone back in 2022 when ChatGPT became a big thing, was there was 4 stages. I thought about this a lot, as you can probably tell. Stage 1 was, wow, this is amazing, asking it all these questions and it can kind of respond in not broken English and give you semi-intelligent responses. Great. Stage 2, using it obviously with what I do, which is marketing, which can be helpful to experiment, getting right posts, can you give me actual like trendy hashtags that actually work and not just like a blurb or something. It's good to try it. Stage 3, which is when you're getting sick of it because you're seeing everywhere the same words, the same word sentences, the same sentence,
same structure.
Yeah, like sentences that start with like by doing this, infinitive. You can achieve that. Like you can just start recognizing it, and then you're like, oh, everyone's doing this and not in a very smart way, so it starts pissing you off. And then stage 4, which is being okay with it and just using it reasonably. And that's kind of the state I'm in now, but how do you guys feel? Like, what's your experience with it now?
I think pretty much that's probably the best way to do it. Use it occasionally if it's helpful at certain tasks. Fine.
Yeah.
Don't rely on it. If you rely on it, it's just not going to work properly.
Yeah.
You can't replace us, basically. It can assist us, but it can't replace us.
You can't replace that human touch, that organic touch that we have to be able to sort of get something and make it softer or harder depending on what kind of service you're providing or what kind of industry you're in. So I think it's valid for ideas, especially if you're posting several times a week and you're running out of ideas and running out of things to post, you can put stuff into ChatGPT and ask it to write you some tweets or write you some posts. But then you've got to go through those posts and pick out what you want to take from that. So you get the ideas, but then still make it your own.
Yeah. It's basically an easy resource.
Yeah.
It's like a thesaurus for posting. You type in what you do, what you're looking for. It comes up with all the ideas. You read through it and go, that's not a bad idea, but it'd be better if you did it this way, and then post it yourself.
The sounding board.
Yeah.
Especially if it's your personal brand that you're developing, it's got to be you that's talking. So by all means use it for ideas, but make it you, make the posts sound like you, the way you would talk. Because you don't want to be turning up to a networking event and people are expecting you to sound like a chatbot.
Hey, your dedication is a testament. Yeah. No, that's pretty cool.
People want to meet you, the person they've come to know through your own social media. So you've got to make it you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you need to keep in mind as well that I'm by no means an AI expert, but I know from working with people who are that there's two types of AIs. There is symbiotic AI and there's LLMs, which are large language models, which is what we know as ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini. So all of these generative AIs are LLMs, and they are based off what they are being fed and what they can source from the internet. So just bear in mind that if you're somebody who's pioneering quite a new area, or that your ideas don't really go with what's been invented so far or has been agreed so far, you can't get the AI to give you something that makes sense for you, because all of the information has got to be wrong. So you've got to be really careful with how you use it. And again, everyone who uses AI then uses that information to train itself to become better. So you need to think, if somebody up there is making all their posts on LinkedIn, it's quite likely that a small fraction of that is going to be then blurbed back to you into what you're asking of it. So it's never going to sound like you. It can imitate you with some really good prompt engineering, but you have to know this thing. So yeah, educate yourself, because it's so ugly and annoying when you can see a post that is clearly just like, I'm going to post about this, copy paste, bosh. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. Sadly.
I mean, I've had in the last 2 weeks, I've had about 15 bots message me on Instagram.
Have you?
Trying to get me to be a representative for their dog collar company.
Have you?
Because I posted photos of my puppy. So automatically it searches down. Hi, we love your content. You'd be a great member of our really bugger off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's also the idea, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, of the dead internet. Or it's more of a theory that in 5-10 years from now, a large percentage of what we interact with online is going to be fake. So bots, AI generated, all these sort of things, which is pretty terrifying when you think about it.
Well, I mean, is it Google's come out with the is it Gemini that you can talk to on your phone now, in the Pixel phone? So you basically chat about anything you want to, so you don't even have to interact with humans anymore. You can interact with your phone.
That sounds like bliss.
You like to socialise. You're always out and about, people. You're the king of networks.
A facade. I don't line people, really.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't understand that.
I mean, talking to just AI Go would be pretty depressing.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I was talking about dystopian future.
Scary. It is scary.
How do you feel like, because obviously there's a lot of negative narrative around AI, but I do think on the bright side that there are lots of really good uses that we can make of it. How do you feel businesses should be using it?
Well, I mean, I use a form of AI through Adobe for the podcast, for the audio. I make alterations to the audio levels and things like that, and I rake through that, and it makes it better.
Yeah.
It goes through, scans through everything, and it says, well, that should be a higher peak, that should be a lower peak, and it does all that work for me. I just sit there and wait till it's 100% complete. I download what I've uploaded. There you go. Makes the podcast sound better.
Yeah.
That's where AI can be very useful and very helpful. Because I'm not by any means an audio engineer. I don't have a massive mixing desk. I haven't had to work on things like that. So that saves me a lot of time and effort.
Yeah.
So it's productivity rather than innovation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for fledgling companies that haven't got a lot of money to spend, getting AI graphics, sort of not abusing it, but using it to the best of their ability to get. So I worked with a company that needed images of two men together, not like that, Lingy. Get your mind out of the gutter.
You're all about fake taxi.
Two men like having coffee together or drinking in a bar together, and to produce that, if they wanted to produce that without AI, it would cost them a fair few grand.
Yeah, they'll rent out a place.
Yeah.
They'll set up a studio. They'll rent out actors, photographers, lighting,
all that kind of stuff. So to do that on a low budget, it works. But obviously, if you have got the budget, it's much better to use the real thing, because I think one of the things that I know Facebook does, I'm not sure about the other platforms, but they'll flag up that something is AI content.
Yeah.
So if you're using an AI image, even though the rest of your content is like personal, it will flag it up as being AI, and that could become a hurdle for you in the future. So obviously, if you've got the budget, use real people, use real spaces. If not, it's a good cheat early on in the business growth to do something like that.
I mean, it is very clever. It is generating stuff. Yeah. And again, it saves you time, because if you're going through stock images, say as we would do for a post sometimes, if the company asks for a specific thing, you're going to have to trawl for hours to try and find that specific photo that you can either use for free or pay to use. Whereas AI will generate something like that for you in a couple of minutes. Again, you can most of the time tell that it's not a real photograph. And as you say, it will get pinged sometimes as well, but this is AI generated.
Yeah.
But again, for a startup company, it's going to save them a lot of time and a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I fully agree with that, but let me just explain why.
How dare you argue with... What?
How dare we?
Oh, controversy. Your first day back.
I know, how dare I? But I think if you need a visual to go with a piece of content, first, everyone's got a phone nowadays.
Very true.
If you did a picture of, like, just people sitting at a desk, just go and see Giselle at reception, be like, hey, go, I just want a picture of that. Or, there's many ways that you can just kind of, and especially when you're talking about a small business, a lot of them will want, a lot of the audience will want to see their faces behind the brand.
This is very true.
So it's better to have a picture of your team, I think, anyway.
Yeah. However, if you haven't got a team, they get bored of seeing my face all the time.
You can just do like
triangles. I mean,
AI yourself into different backgrounds, like horse riding, fishing.
I could live topless on a horse. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see.
This is a montage of Dave told.
I'm not doing that.
On a horse right now.
I've got some directing as well.
I'll do easy, dead easy, but no, I think this is like the first step that you should do. If you can't do that, I still do think that a stock photo is better than an AI photo, just because people are so wary of anything that looks remotely like AI nowadays, whether that be content, like written content, whether that be a picture. So I don't know, I'm kind of wary. I've never myself used GoodElf. I've obviously been like, hey, can you do a picture of a peach with an ant on it? Or just something, if you need something super complex and no stock photo is going to find it, then yeah, I can see the scope for it. But if it's simple things, I probably myself personally wouldn't use it.
That's very
just because it makes me cringe when I can see a character with like 6 fingers and two pupils.
So I'm not more curious as to why you want a photo of an ant on a peach.
And I don't know, that was the first. I thought, so should I need to find something really aggressive at an ant.
Oh, geez, to Sharon's mind.
Just bargain for it.
So a quick straw poll: AI good? Yes or no?
Yes.
Fence. I'm going to sit on the fence.
Don't allow. This is the hashtag I saw.
Then no. I think it still can't replace. At this moment in time, I'm going no. You can't replace us as content creators.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I think we need to find. It's happening anyway, so we've got to find out. Need to figure out how to work with it not work without it.
Yeah, use it the best way you can. That's
Yeah.
But I still don't like it. Don't trust it.
Yeah.
I've seen too many Terminator films. Don't trust it.
That's so interesting because obviously all of us got to work on our own, right? I bloody love AI because whenever I'm having, I'm blocking on a word and I'm like, God, I need to find something that conveys this and this. It just helps so much. Like, if one day you have to do a piece of content, you just like have no idea what to do. And you're just like, again, you need to prompt it correctly and give it lots of context so it can give you something that's relevant. But yeah, because I work on my own, it's nice to have that like little sounding board, external point of view to work things out sometimes. Obviously, sometimes it makes me want to throw my computer off the window because it gives me things that are really not relevant, but so will a human person sometimes. Just apologies to anybody I've worked with before. This is not into you.
Have you ever thrown someone out the window?
No, but I've already thought about it a lot.
Isn't that defenestration?
Defenestration. Yeah. Great word.
From the French fenetre.
Oh,
Yeah.
See?
That is very true. Yeah. We invented defenestration, which I'm just very proud of. No, I don't know. I think it's like everything. You just use it in moderation and be wary of how it's being used.
Yeah, so perhaps I'm just not using it properly.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen so many examples of people like, if you're in things like law, finance, accountancy, you got to be really careful and really fact check what it gives you because ChatGPT uses information sourced from the internet. The last update was 2019. So I've seen so many people being like, hey, write me a newsletter about the new financial regulations coming in the UK. And it gave back feeds from 2019. The person didn't check, and that mail out went out to like 20,000 subscribers, and they were all ringing up, be like, oh my God, am my account late? Am I not doing this right? Again, natural selection, just, you want to rate something before you send it out to 20,000 people. But yeah, it's just an example of cautionary tale. Be careful.
I believe they've stopped updating ChatGPT and Apple Play, haven't they? I'll then move on to another one now.
I'm not sure.
Because I think that they've gone, yes, it works all right, but we're doing that now. We're working on something else, I think.
Yeah, and there's different levels. If you pay for it, you get like the latest version. If you don't, you get like a slower, less improved version. So yeah. Well, what are your favorite AI platforms to use? That'd be a good one.
Well, the only one I've ever used is ChatGPT, and there's one on my laptop that I've kind of looked at, and I think I searched a picture at Christmas for, but that's the length of my usage.
Is it like the Copilot thing you get?
Copilot, yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I've used Copilot as well before a couple of times. Yeah. I mean, it's basically just like doing a Google search for you, Copilot. Yeah. It's fine. It'll take you a couple of minutes. But I've used, and I believe Canva have one now as well. As an owl, Canva using one for imagery. It doesn't really work very well.
Do you mean the generative one?
Yeah.
Yeah. The generative ones are not very good. You don't really get anything good from it, but it is good when you're trying to use to edit a picture. So if you want to erase something, say you take a picture of a car and there's a dog nearby, you want to erase the dog, it's going to replace it by generating things that should be under that.
Yeah.
So again, it's useful if you give it enough context and enough material for it to work from. Yeah. If you're trying to make it invent something from scratch, this is going to be less good.
Yeah, Photoshop have been doing that for years. You can select it and replace it with content-aware fill.
Yeah.
So it
generates
everything from around that section.
Yeah.
And then it works out what it should look like. And most of the time it's not too bad, but sometimes you get like an R8 sweating and things like this. Yeah. But like most things, it's how well you use it, and you need to use it all.
That's true. Yeah. Definitely. I think Canva is a good one. I quite like ChatGPT a lot because you can save prompts. There's literally some prompts that I've been training my AI to learn since like 2023, and it still gets it wrong sometimes, just to show like how bad it is. But ChatGPT is pretty good. Gemini, it's all right. Sorry, Google. And if you're watching this, which you definitely are,
of course they are.
Things like Claude, I really like Claude because it's like ChatGPT but less cringe. It's got a more calm tone of voice and more thoughtful. I don't know, it's just different styles. I think they're all pretty much the same though. Depends just how you use it. That will make the difference.
I must try ChatGPT now, but I actually used it.
Have you not? It's fairly simple. Even I.
You could use it.
Yeah.
One tip I have for you if you do try ChatGPT is to turn the memory on, so you can train it to remember a context. So if you say, "Hi, I'm Dave. This is what I work in. This is what my clients are," and then you make sure to be like, "Okay, so I've got this client called Chris who does this and this," and then in any chat that you have at any point with it, you say, "Hey, so I'm working on this with my client Chris," it will remember the context. Instead of you having to prompt it every single time of the whole context, give it everything, it can remember, which I find that very useful.
It's quite handy, yeah.
Yeah. So there's a setting in ChatGPT to do that. Just have a look. Very useful. The memory does get full until you're paying them, so that's another thing, but just a job.
Our resident expert.
Excellent. So, is it time for our new feature?
Say could be, but I still figure out how I'm going to edit it in here. Make it look snazzy.
They give away all the secrets.
I never do.
So our new feature is Sharon's super stories.
Yes. Should we do just one for today?
Yeah.
Just one kick off little feature.
Yeah.
Let me need to grab this phone. Please, I did this up while we're on my little phone. Just taking this up from my.
We're real.
I don't know what.
Sorry, you like.
Should I also explain kind of? I'm expecting a lot of people that are going to watch this don't know what Reddit is. They don't know. Do you know like things like "Am I the asshole?" Throw off my chest. Yes. I think I need to give it a bit of context as well.
TILU today I learned.
Yeah, Matt.
Well, I was this year. This I used today. I learned. So I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe give some context like what Reddit is, what a subreddit is, what the specific one. Like,
if you want, you can send it to me. I'll put a link in the description as well, so they can actually click on it themselves.
Yeah, I've got the links as well, so I think it'd be good for people because there's somewhere, well, not the last one. There's somewhere there's like pictures to go with it and so on. Should I just get started?
Yeah.
So, our new idea is to start telling you one story per video. These stories will be either from places like Reddit. Some stories are just also from general knowledge. There's one that I've got that's coming up very soon in another video that is not from Reddit, but is a really good one. So definitely bitch up for that. But for those who don't know what Reddit is or how Reddit works, it's basically like an online forum where you've got subcategories depending on areas of interest. So you probably have things like gardening and so on, and then you've got users on there that just ask questions, create posts, and then it's like a forum. People reply to this, people build on it. That's the idea of it. Now, because there's a lot of anonymous accounts on there, there's a lot of people that post things that are a bit unhinged, a bit funny. And there's a subreddit called, which is the one that I got the story from for today. Today I fucked up TIFU. So this is basically stories of people where they share stories about embarrassing moments they've experienced. A lot of them use what they call throwaway accounts because they're too ashamed to use their personal accounts with their names. So that tells you a lot about the kind of moods that we're going to experience. So this first story is called "Today I Fucked Up by Pitching a Really Fucking Stupid Slogan to My Only Full Client." So that's the title of it. With just that title, what do we think this is going to be?
Painful. I think it's going to be painful.
Yeah.
Painful is a good word.
Okay.
So, are we ready?
Yeah.
I'm in marketing, particularly in the business of slogans. So, a few days ago, I was writing the slogan for this local wine and pizza restaurant, and they told me they had a problem. They had an uncharacteristically, oh my god, that's a word. They had a really shitty location, basically.
Right.
There's no way people were just finding this place on their own. It was buried in the backside of a fucking strip mall on a desolate road 10 miles outside of town. So, of course, with a location like that, foot traffic was suffering and the business as a whole was failing. Relatable. I'm assuming this is probably in America where
yes, it was the strip mall.
Yeah, strip mall. Last night, I went there to get some food. So research, I love how people write on this. Anyway, I was surprised at the atmosphere and the quality of the meal. The pizza was really good. The beer selection was varied. They had a little play area where parents could drink and watch their kids in a pretty fancy jungle gym. Pretty good stuff. Even if I wasn't writing for them, I would have given them 5 stars on Yelp, is what I mean.
Oh.
That's pretty generous.
It's cool, eh?
When I was driving home, it dawned on me. The way to get to this place on the map literally was to make it feel like a destination unto itself. Okay.
Yeah.
I wrote a lot of garbage for a while. An example is where wine country is next door. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Don't go with that.
Yes.
But I was determined to get something usable. Finally, it hit me. Go somewhere. As in the slogan, go somewhere. And it had nearly everything I wanted. A sense of agency and urgency. A subtle association with class and elegance. Go somewhere. The claim that this place was indeed somewhere to be. Maybe a little bit too much wine behind.
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly.
But still, it wasn't quite there. It lacked the feel I wanted, felt a little too abstract. Customers didn't need to just go somewhere, but rather a particular direction. They needed to be pointed. I don't know where this is going.
Isn't that good?
After another hour or so, I had it. Eventually, the slogan that pitched these poor people was this. Go somewhere else. Wow. Which I believe corporate equivalent is like, get the fuck out of my face.
Don't come here, fucked off.
They happened to nail me back. TLDR, this is too long, didn't read, so like the summary. Today I fucked up by not thinking of the whole context of a slogan I wrote, and I'm pretty sure I definitely lost a client because of it.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Go somewhere else. That's
brilliant. I love it.
That's a classic example of how you can get so within your head about an idea or something that you
just
try to plug these.
super focused on that one section. You forget about everything.
data picture is a keyword here.
Get you somewhere else. I like that.
Have you guys ever experienced that with having to come up with an idea for a client and not taking that step back and being like, oh, what does this actually come across as?
Fortunately, none. I don't think I have. But then again, I've been technically in business for myself for just under a year. So, what about you, Neil? Have you fucked up?
Not personally, but you certainly see it around where you think if you'd actually stepped back and looked at that and looked at what it looked like and what it there's the well, famously there was I can't remember what it was called. There was a BBC program called W1A?
Well, yeah,
It's all about the BBC.
yeah.
And they had the logos in boxes, so they had the BBC in boxes as their ident. And they had this marketing company who came in and pitched them a new idea, and they took the letters away, and so it was just 2-3 boxes, and they pitched it as saying it like it was saying, and people will know because it's the BBC. People will know what it is.
Yeah.
And it was pitched. Obviously, this program was a comedy. Well, a couple of years ago, the BBC did actually get rid of the letters and just use the boxes, use the 3 boxes, and they still actually use the boxes in all their apps. So the iPlayer app, the BBC Sounds app, and the Weather app, and the News app. It's just the boxes.
Yeah. So it's a good thing to do to get rid of the actual recognised logo. Just everywhere I know.
Just go with the shapes that it comes in.
I mean, I do remember one from many moons ago. I don't know how real it was or whether it was someone had photoshopped it, but Ainsley Harriott sausages.
Right.
There was I think, don't quote me on this, I think it was Tesco's special brand Ainsley Harriott sausages, and there were all description, got a picture of them there with a sausage in it, eyes for that, and the instructions were underneath for you to prick with a fork.
Right.
But literally, it's a picture of him.
Yeah.
Prick with a fork, prick with a sword.
Yeah.
It was. I really hope it is actually a real true thing that will happen, because it's a perfect example of.
I love that.
Just move to a different location. Don't put it on the picture film person with a fork.
Prick with a fork. That feels voluntary, and I like it. Whoever did that, that was great. Prick with a fork. Amazing.
Well, Pepsi Cola used to have the slogan "Pepsi comes alive," and that was their slogan all around the world. And when it was translated into Mandarin Chinese, it was translated as "Pepsi brings your ancestors back from the dead."
Wow.
Which, of course, you can see where a literal translation would get that from.
Yeah.
But and this was in the days before AI and ChatGPT or what have you. But so you can see where that would be a misstep, and especially probably offend a whole nation. The ones where they feel about their ancestors.
Yeah.
Well, yes, always don't check everything, especially if you're going international. Just get someone who speaks the language to do your T-boy.
I think that's the kind of thing, because from the sound of it, this person works on their own. There's no point where they go like, oh, I was talking to my colleague and we both, this, then was only one person involved. You'd like to think that if this was a group, one person will go, hang on a minute, go somewhere else, that doesn't quite work.
Yeah.
But that would be the value of having something like ChatGPT or any AI be like, hey, I've got this idea for a slogan, how does it look? And I would hope so that it would pick up and be like, go somewhere else, might not actually convey what you're trying to convey here. So I think that would be, again, the value of something like AI, but go somewhere else. What a slogan, man.
I've actually just thought of an example of my own. So years and years ago, I had a window cleaning company, and I called it Pure Perfection because he was using pure water to clean the windows. These water-fed pole systems.
Yeah.
So it was Pure Perfection window cleaning, which I thought was fine, and you guys probably think is fine.
No, keep
But then it was abbreviated PPWC. So somebody else to point it out to me.
Oh my god.
And obviously, it didn't really matter because it was never abbreviated. But if you had to abbreviate it, like we do,
The side of the van.
it would be on the side of the van, PPWC.
I mean, PP straight away, I'll follow, yeah.
Yeah.
PP, I will not, I'm sorry.
So, but you can see their chain of thought and how their thought process is, and how they go somewhere. It's going to be a destination thing.
Different.
Go somewhere different. That's probably what they were striving for. Something like go somewhere different.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to use different because that's a bit commonplace. So go somewhere else is
Short and
works, but not in that context.
I can totally see the thing behind it. As somebody whose English isn't the first native language, I can also see how that could happen. I don't know if that person is a native English speaker, but I could see that happening to somebody whose English isn't their native language, definitely.
See, I would have left the shit. I ain't get sorry understood either.
I would embrace that. I'd take the slogan and I'd go and post adverts outside all their rival businesses.
Go somewhere else.
You could go fancy a burger and have a picture of those. Like I said, no, go somewhere else.
Yeah, somewhere else.
Yeah,
I think that's brilliant. I used to be a waitress at a lovely pizzeria in Leicester, or pizza pizzeria, and they had a piece of site image in front of it that said the worst pizza in Leicester according to that one guy on.
Yes, that's right. I see.
Which I think is brilliant. It's a way of doing guerrilla marketing in some way. Be like, hey, you know what? We're shit. Don't come here. But of course, you got to go there.
Yeah.
Like nobody, I just find that lovely.
And can I just say, Pete's Pizzeria is the best pizzeria in Leicester. So if they want to give us a free,
we're behind that.
please do. I take away from there all the time, and it's really good.
We have very low standards as well, so we will take gifts from any company they want to give us.
We're not fussy. We're not proud or fussy.
No, but we do eat a lot.
There were some comments on that Reddit post. Somebody commented, "There's somewhere else you're looking for." 5,000 on votes. Absolutely love that. Come here and eat our pizza, you fucks.
I mean, more direct marketing, but I mean,
people are amazing. We're behind the competition. Somebody said this is why feedback from colleagues is important.
Yeah,
30,000 of votes, or AI if you don't have any colleagues.
Or just take a break and come back the next morning and look at it again. That always helps us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on it.
Yeah. Wake up the next morning, fresh eyes, you're looking and go, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. An amazing story, an amazing conclusion.
We're at 35 minutes now, so it take longer than you. Wow, yeah.
1 minute one, people are getting value for money.
There you go. So
Absolutely.
Excellent. Right, let's wrap up then. So thank you for listening to that, listening and watching the hashtag Russell.
Hopefully if I press record, yeah.
Yes, well, this is true. Thank you to Starby RFC for the wonderful location in which we're recording today. And remember to hashtag us in any comments you got. Hashtag hustle.
You love saying that name.
I just love the juxtaposition of the hashtag hustle.
And also, God will stop. Hashtag hustle.
Hashtag hustle. Yeah, that's enough from us today. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.